One method of analyzing data within Zenlytic is to use the Explore page. On the left-hand panel, click on New Explore. This will land you on the Topics page. You want to choose the appropriate topic for the subject area that you'd like to explore. Let's look at order analysis data. Once I click on the topic, this takes me directly to the Explore page. You notice on the left-hand panel, I've got 3 subsections. Each one of these subsections, customers, order lines, and products, represent a table and underlying database that can be joined together for the scope of this topic. Let's look at a single measure. Here we have count of customers. This is an aggregation across the database. By clicking on Count Customers, it'll put it in the top panel, and when I click the Run button, this will fire a query against the database in real time and return the results. I can also add slices. A slice is an attribute across the data. So for example, I might want to look at the count of customers that purchase by product type. When I click on product type, it'll also place it in the top panel, but it'll place it under the slices section. Now when I click the Run button, it'll take the count of customers and parse it out by the individual product types. To see the SQL that it generates, you can see that the product type is an attribute, whereas the count of customers is going to be an aggregation. All the slices will be in the group by area of the SQL. I can also interact with Zoe to change the attributes of the chart. So for example, I might want to say, change the bars yellow. You can see that Zoe is thinking, and she's going to redraw the chart with the appropriate changes. If I click on the link that she created, this will generate a new chart for me. Then you can see that the bars are now yellow. Let's add a second measure. Let's look at the orders and pull the total revenue. I'm going to click Run. It'll now generate a new query and return both these measures for me, count of customers and total revenue. Now you notice that we only see one bar in the visualization. That's because the count of customers and the total revenue are on 2 completely different scales. The count of customers is actually hidden down on the lower line here because of the left axis. If I click on Options, you'll see there's several ways to customize the chart. Down here, it shows me that both of these measures are plotted against the left axis. I can take the count of customers and drag it down to the right axis, and now we'll see that the bars appear because I'm now plotting customers against the other axis. You can also change visualization type. I might want to make this a stacked bar, or I might want to make this a horizontal bar. However, changing the chart type sometimes loses the chart option, so I'm going to drag the net revenue again down to a different axis, and now we see the net revenue is plotted against a different axis. To save this to a dashboard, click on the 3 dots and click Save to Dashboard. I can now save this visualization to an existing dashboard by choosing one of the drop-downs, or I can save it to a completely new dashboard. Looking at the 3 dots again, there's also the option to clear the cache and rerun. This will refire the query against the database and update the results for you. You can also start a chat with Zoe directly from here. On the right-hand side, we are interacting with Zoe but staying within the context of the Explore page. Starting a chat with Zoe from here will take us directly to the chat interface, and then we can continue interacting with Zoe as if it were a standard chart.